Okay, good morning, everybody. So it is Tuesday, and I'm going to share my screen. We're going to get right into the worksheet. So some of you have already turned this in, and I applaud you. Good job. But even if you've already turned it in, it doesn't mean you don't want to change some of your writing. So let's take a look at the assignment. Here we go. All right. So I called this assignment the Miss Max worksheet, and you have the Google Doc attached, the worksheet that I made with the documentary. So I introduced this on Friday of last week. Several of you made some interesting comments. And what I wrote here is, please follow the instructions and attach the worksheet when you are finished. We will discuss the documentary and the questions on Tuesday morning. That is today. So what I told everybody is, please finish it by tomorrow and let me know if you need help. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, you might see a little bar on the right side of your screen because I'm opening the video panel so I can see everyone's face. All right, so you probably see a little black line on the side of your screen. I want to get a show of hands to see how many people have watched the entire documentary, Crowning Miss Max. So this, just raise your hand, or you can put the hand emoji up there if you watched it. Okay, so we see Glaucian, and I think Natalia. Hey, Mahalet, glad you could join us. Good to see you. And let's see.
Hi.
Mukta. Good to see you. And okay, so it's about 50-50. All right, so that's, I wanted to get a show of hands so I knew who had seen it and who has not. So for some of you, this might be brand new. All right. Glaucian, can you summarize what the story is about, Crowning Miss Max? What's the story here?
It's about a female pigeon in Brazil.
Yes.
And Julinho is volunteer, I think.
Well, he's one character. He's one character. We'll get to him later, but let's just look at the whole story right here. So when we open up the documentary, it's what does this look like to everybody?
Bathing suit?
Yeah, it looks like, what would you call this? Women standing on stage, smiling, they're made up, their hair is done. What does it look like?
Miss?
They are in the certainly the beauty woman, but in the jail because they are in the jail. Yes.
Yeah. It's what it is. It's a beauty pageant, like Miss Universe, Miss America, whatever you want to call it, Miss World. It's I'm going to skip to the end. So this is a beauty pageant where people come and ladies walk like models and things like that. But it's in prison.
Yes, exactly.
And these are two famous celebrities in Brazil.
Yes.
It's like a big deal. Glaucian or Fernanda, you want to tell everybody who these people are?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us who these people are.
Yeah, this man is
Raul
Gil, yes. He works on TV. He's I don't know how to say, he
host.
TV show. She works in TV show.
Yeah.
And she is I don't know, but
model.
She works in TV too.
Presentation.
He's a TV host. He's a host.
Yes.
He's a famous TV host.
Yes.
And she is a supermodel.
So she looks like this, like that.
Mother.
Yeah. She's beautiful.
Yeah. So this isn't this isn't something small. This is like a really big event, but it's happening where?
In Brazil.
In a prison.
In
in Brazil.
Brazil.
So that's
Yeah,
why I wanted
exactly.
to make sure everybody
Prison.
understood how unique this is.
Prison.
Why would there be a beauty pageant in prison?
The manager certain the choreographer. I don't know how do you say the.
Yeah, he's a choreographer. Yes.
He said is for because it's necessary they introduce in the society in the it's like something like this. So they need how behavior with another people. So this certain is they learn about that.
So
it's very important in the self-esteem because the day-to-day it's difficult in jail.
Yes.
Important too for reintegrate into society.
Okay, excellent vocabulary, Fernanda. So let's look at a few of those words. She said self-esteem. Does everybody know self-esteem?
Yes.
Yes.
Feeling like you matter, understanding you are important.
Yeah.
And integrate into society. What does that mean, to integrate into society?
Because the women in jail, it's discriminate.
We could use other words. We could also say they might be, they're locked up, so they are ignored or forgotten or something along those lines. They're at the very bottom of society, and it's for a reason. And in this worksheet, you're going to see exactly why all these women are where they are. And even though this is set in Brazil, and most of them are speaking Portuguese with English subtitles, well, actually, I'll ask a question. Are all of these women in this prison Brazilian?
No.
Yeah.
It's a Sueca, I don't know.
Yes.
Woman. And,
Yeah.
African woman too.
Yeah.
Guilty for drugs.
No, yeah, and also there's one of the main characters, the contestants, is also from Spain. So it's a very international prison here.
Yes.
So it's a very interesting story, but their paths have all crossed, and they've been from different places, arrived and stumbled into a life of crime, arriving in this place, and then they are on this stage competing in a beauty pageant. So it's funny how the world works.
18% the woman and was a prison because the love for husband or boyfriend or son or daughter or family.
That's going to get that'll be good for the breakout room, because remember, about half the class hasn't seen it yet. So that gets better and better. But I think what I'll do right now is I'm going to go into the questions. And for those of you who have watched it, you can discuss a few of your answers. I'll go into the questions right now. So in the worksheet, so when you open up the worksheet on the computer, as I write your answers below in 35 to 50 words, what you do is you just click on here. Everyone has their own copy of the worksheet, and then you just type below. So this is the choreographer, or he's called the pageant creative director. My question is, why does Juliano believe his work in the prison is important. Fernanda, you want to answer this one?
Because he thinks that the self-esteem will help a woman to face the day-to-day life in jail, and when they get out of jail, to reintegrate into society.
Okay, that's a good answer. I haven't looked at your worksheet yet because I know right when we started Zoom class, I noticed you turned in your worksheet. So I haven't had a chance to look at your answers. And Mukta, I'm reading what you wrote in the chat. Not a problem. All right, not a problem at all, Mukta. Okay, and the next question, I think Glaucian mentioned one woman was from Sweden. She came all the way from Northern Europe here. Why did Felida travel all the way from Sweden to end up in prison in Sao Paulo? Who wants to take this question?
Because she did a transportation drug in one country to another country, and they yes, that's it.
Lots cocaine in your suitcase.
Yeah. Now, without spoiling, because somebody haven't seen it yet, without spoiling it, I will go to the next few questions. Here is Nyarajin. She became a drug trafficker at the age of 27. My question is why? Now, if you know the answer, don't say it, because it's a heartbreaking story. It's a heartbreaking story. Don't tell everybody yet. Okay. Stove, why is she considered a leader among her peers? She's like this person who is really looked up. They kind of look at her like
charismatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's almost like running the whole prison. And another leader, Clementina, how did she arrive there? And she is from a country called Equatorial Guinea in Africa. So she also came a long way. So it's a very, very international story in this one place. So what we're going to do right now is I will show you the interviews with the pageant creative director and this prisoner named Felida. And then I'll put you into breakout rooms to discuss, because I remember several of you have not actually seen it. So hopefully you'll get very excited to see it and complete the worksheet. Here we go. So you go onto YouTube, play it.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
Ignore the commercial. That's how we get all this great stuff for free. Commercial, blah, 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 blah.
Advertisement.
There we go.
Okay. It's good.
So here we are. Let's go to the creative director.
Yeah.
Beauty, style, and the social mobility can afford. So, we traveled to São Paulo to attend a beauty pageant in the country's largest female maximum security prison complex. We arrived just in time to catch the inmates' final indoor rehearsal. Hired by the prison, local celebrity choreographer Julinho is the pageant's creative director and beauty coach. In the prison's church, Julinho was teaching the women how to walk like professional pageant queens.
Cara de merda pra mim não existe. Ó, o que você tá falando aí? Miss não fala. Eu falei alguma coisa, pode ou não pode, a resposta tem que ser sim ou não. Sempre olhando pra frente, nunca olhar pro chão. Ok, todas estão alinhadas, quando eu pedir pra parar, tem que parar. Isso, bora. Isso, isso. Bom, meu nome é Julinho do Carmo, faço trabalho aqui há 20 anos. E a gente está precisando agora que você cuide dessa direção artística da história. E eu, de pronto, topei.
E por que você acha que justamente um concurso de beleza, esse negócio de buscar a beleza, por que isso é importante para uma pessoa que está aqui?
Atrás das grades, uma pessoa que é bandido, uma pessoa que não merece uma segunda chance, é tudo isso que o povo pensa, entendeu? Eu acho que a autoestima é tudo.
Yeah, that's why Fernanda was using the word self-esteem. Yeah, and it's an interesting argument. He makes a clear argument. He says, no, even though these women are locked up, they need that self-esteem and that beauty. That's one thing I want everyone to discuss in the breakout rooms. But the second thing I want everyone to discuss is the story of Felida. She's the first prisoner interviewed. Actually, no, Stove is the first prisoner interviewed. Let's go to Felida. Where is Felida? Oh, there she is. Okay, so here's Felida's story. She comes from Sweden. Okay. Now, Felida is an English speaker, so we don't need the subtitles for her.
Preferred to talk to me in English instead. We sat down in the prison classroom where inmates spend their free time reading and drawing. What did you do?
International drug trafficking. I went in debt, so I ended up borrowing some money. This was the last resort of, paying off my debt. I had cocaine in the airport. It was in a suitcase. I knew I was going to get a suitcase. I wasn't really sure what was going to be inside it, but of course I knew it was going to be something because I was in debt, right? Once I was at the airport, I was thinking of just leaving the bag and just run for it, but I was even scared because this guy knew where I was living. Once they opened the bag, it was like stitched into the walls.
So how did you feel the moment they were like, let's look at your bag? Or...
At that moment, I think I was mostly just in shock. I knew that there was a risk. And if this was happening, it was in a way maybe meant to happen.
Why is this pageant important for you?
I know that we've done something bad and of course we should be punished for it, but we're still human. One way this could just help us, to cope with the prison life.
Okay, so I'm going to now go back to the worksheet. This is what I'd like you to discuss. So they both make an argument that the pageant is important. Both Felida says the pageant is important, but and Julinho says the pageant is important. Now I'll stop sharing right now. This is where I want you all to give us your own ideas. It's a very unusual thing to do, to have a beauty pageant with big stars. I mean, like really big celebrities hosting it for prisoners. That's what I'd like you to discuss in the breakout rooms. Is it worthwhile to do that for people who are locked up and serving time for their sentences? That's the question I'd like to give you all for breakout rooms. I'm going to make 2 breakout rooms, one for everybody to talk to each other, actually 3 breakout rooms, 2 for everybody to talk, and then a third one, I'll pull a few people aside to just finish end of semester interviews with only a few people. All right, so that's the question. Is it worthwhile? Is it worth it? A good idea to have a big event like this, which Sao Paulo has become famous for, where women in prison spend one day of the year celebrated as like beauty queens, like models, celebrities. Is it a good idea? So that's the question. All right, I'm going to open up breakout rooms right now. Here we go. Okay, go. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, so here we go, let's see.
Hello. I don't know what I did. Sorry.
All right, I'm going to wait till everybody comes back from the breakout rooms. Good work in there, everybody. Let's see. Yep, we have 10 seconds till everybody comes back. I think this is a big conversation in that one breakout room. I'm going to give a little spoiler. We're going to see who wins this particular competition. And the host of this documentary gives an analogy of Cinderella. Does everybody know the children's story Cinderella? So I'm going to show this moment towards the end of the documentary where the moment the pageant is over, she says it becomes a real life Cinderella. And then I'm going to ask everybody what they think that means. So here we go. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. Okay, so Felida, as we know, does not speak Portuguese, but she was the winner. And she tells a story of how when she was announced as the winner, she didn't understand what anybody was saying, and she was completely surprised. But then after interviewing her, she has to go back to life in prison instantly. And the host says it's a real life Cinderella.
Made a lot of people happy.
Tonight felt like real life Cinderella. Like right immediately after they gave the last prize, the women transformed back to what they are right now, which is inmates. Tomorrow I'm going to talk to them and I'll see how they're feeling.
So that's what I wanted to show everybody. So that moment the show is over, it goes back to reality very quickly. Put your prison uniform on, back in the cage, show is over. So I thought that was quite a powerful moment. What does everybody think that means, real life Cinderella? Why would that be used as a
about
image?
Cinderella, but I can just imagine, not imagine, I can just tell which I just saw. So she just got that movement to live freely, and again she got back to in the earlier life, like with her inmates. So it was few moments she could feel that happiness, and she won the what is that show, and I'm very surprised. Like it made me start thinking like how those women were feeling. Means whoever win or not wins, but they can live their life. Some from outsider people can go and teach them how they should do all these things, and the future will be for them in the prison. So I'm very actually sad for that woman, because she won the prize and again she has to go back to the jail. So
Cinderella is similar, the princess. She felt the princess and the moment.
Yeah, and then she magically and then instantly get the makeup off, take the crown off, take the dress off, put on your prison uniform, back in the cage, instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Means
anyone else?
She can have that feeling. She won the, she got to chance win that show, and she lived that moment for a very few moment, for a few minutes.
Yes.
She's
she
like
can have that moment until, means as long as she lives, she can have that, in the heart of the corner, she had lived that life like that.
Yeah, Marie, what do you want to say?
She's like the same story about Cinderella, because
for a moment she was the princess, and then she has to come to her real life. It's the same. According to her, she's just imagining like she's free. She's a princess. She has a good life. So, and then one moment she has to come back. She has to wear her uniform to go back to the jail. That's the same.
Yep. Anyone else have any comments as we wrap up class today?
Thank you for sending us the documentary. It's very interesting.
I'm so glad you liked it. Thank you,
actually,
Fernanda.
I'm also very surprised by these kind of things happens in the jail, like what they call shows. I don't know what's the proper word for that.
Beauty pageants. Yeah,
beauty pageants.
I recently learned about it myself. I thought I stumbled upon this story by accident. And I thought it was fascinating. That's why I made the assignment.
It's interesting, means still like whatever crime whoever has done, like everyone, not everyone, most of the people they go to the jail, but still they are human beings. They have feelings. They have, they may feel bad what they have done, but still they are human beings. Means some of those women, maybe they have family, they have kids, so they may have feeling bad.
Well, when you watch the rest of it, you're going to learn a lot of those details. Many of them have families,
actually,
and actually their families are some of the reasons why they're there. But you will see when you watch it.
All these things, like I've never thought I will, I should have to think that way also. But yeah, it's a real thing. So yeah.
Thank you, teacher, for teaching us. Each lesson is much inspiring every day. Each one is much inspiring.
Oh, that warms my heart, Maria. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, everybody. So let me, if you have any problems filling out the worksheet, let me know. If you have any problems figuring out the answers to the questions, let me know. That'll be due tomorrow. And Adam will have another assignment for you tomorrow as well. So that's it. I will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good day, everyone.
You too. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.